Getting ready to screed sand on the sidewalk here. We want to talk about the prep work you should do right before you go into screeding sand. It's very important. It's going to make everything you do builds on the next thing, and it's going to make your life a lot easier. First thing we're going to do is we're going to check our base work. We've got a few spots here we're going to dress up. We got a little bit of mud in the base. It's a busy job site, a lot of dirt, a little bit of mud infiltrated with some rain. We'll scratch that out of here before we go ahead and screed sand and make sure that's in good shape. The other thing you notice, we tamp here real well along the wall. Anywhere where we didn't quite get, you want that nice and flat. If it's not firm and not flat, your paver's going to move, your sand thickness is going to bear. You want your sand thickness to be consistent. Can you hear me? I'm using this thing. The corners you pay good attention to. Adam, I'm going to hit this one. You can go the rest of the way. This corner, as I'm hitting, I'm making sure my angle of my tamper here stays level the way that I want it. I don't let the gravel dictate my angle. I hit it to the angle I want it at. Okay? So Adam's going to continue to just watch your fingers on that freaking column cap. You're going to want to punch me in the face. Then in here, you notice what we have. We have a 4-foot sidewalk coming in here off of this wall. And what we've already done, we painted a couple marks here at 4'3". The reason we come out is we know we want to be a little wider. We want to be wider anyway. And we know that at least this pipe track now we won't have to fill because it's outside of what we're doing. If we screed it in here, it's a whole nother 10-minute process of filling the sand. So the little bit of extra sand we're going to use by putting the pipe track here saves us a lot of time. Okay? Next thing we need is our level. Now these are our grade points right here. Okay? These are real easy to find on Amazon. These are great for round steak. We already have everything set. This is sort of a complicated spot. We have a grade sloping down here. It twists into this spot, and these are set level with each other. We don't ever want to be sloping in towards the wall of ours here, which is why we brought it back to level, but we didn't want to be twisting too fast. By the time we get out there, we're sloping that way. So we know then these are level, that's sloping this way. This pipe will have a little bit less slope than that one. So the two things we check, first of all, is we're going to throw this on here and make sure, yes, the bubble is this side a little bit, so we have good slope. I'm going to check a few spots for consistency to make sure that slope, that we don't have a belly. And we're the same everywhere. This one here ought to be really close to the same anyway. You can come in here if you want. And you can see, if you can get to the bubble, that's enough slope right there. That's probably a hair heavier than 1/8 of an inch per foot right there. That's the slope we look for a lot of times. Come over here, double check it. Then the other thing that we check is slope. Now, I have a feeling this one's a hair higher being on this little bit of a hump, which it is. So I can slide that, slide her in right here. We're going to be working our way this way later. We'll make all this perfect. But here now, we set this guy in here. We're almost perfectly level. And you always flip your levels. I don't trust any of them. That is not perfectly level. I understand that. At the same time, we also know we have a significant slope coming down from this direction, and this is a transition point. I'm not going to overforce it. I'm okay with this. This isn't going to put much water towards this wall. And it's quickly, by the time I get here, okay, it's really staying the same. We know it's going to wash out here. Now we're getting a little heavier, and as we match our slope out here, the water's still running where we want. We don't want it to go this way, this way, this way. That looks bad. We want to go continuous slope or twist, and that's what we have. Okay? I got one little spot here. If I take a hand tamper, we have one.
Where is it? Back there. Oh, yeah.
You show this, Ryan? Junk paper. Yeah. Hey. Check the bubble. It's a little more level than we wanted at this point. And if I watch your ears, If I give this guy a little bit of a bump, right where it's sitting up the hair, we're still well within our tolerance on sand thickness. And then we've tweaked it a little, right? Not a whole ton, but a little bit. And what we can do too is work this guy a little bit up into here, slide her up here. Oh wow, was this one off the map or was it at the line pretty much? Okay, and we look pretty good. We have good consistency, we're laying relatively flat. We do have one spot here that I don't love. We've got a little bit of daylight under this pipe. If I come here, we got a little heavy here, or a little light here. And this is where we said we had a little bit of mud wash in. We're going to scratch this out a little bit, get rid of this little bit of a hump we have here. It'll make this a little bit of inconsistency just right.